Talked on the last emergency meeting about how the battleground and playing field is now fair. And a man, if you're a full-grown adult, should only ever ask for a fair shot. If I were to say to you, you can make $10 million if you dig a hole deeper than your competitor across the next 12 hours, you shouldn't be asking me for a special shovel. You shouldn't be asking me to cheat. You should say, is it going to be fair? If he doesn't cheat and I don't cheat, I can beat him by sheer will. Because in a fair competition, quite often it is sheer will. It's the capability and ability to endlessly try, which will be the deciding factor. All you need to do is believe in yourself, believe in your capabilities, believe in your dedication, and you will win. And the game has changed fair for the first time as gatekeepers are losing their power over not only the economy, they're losing their power over the information. And by extension, when they lose control of the money and they lose control of the information, they lose control of the politics, they lose control of the governments, and the battlefield is now a fair battlefield.
Welcome back to our channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to watch another Android emergency meeting. In this meeting we are going to learn a lot of amazing lessons, and Android talks about how metrics actually work in real life. By the way, we all know that Android got arrested by the US Marshals in Miami. You can tell me your what's your thought on it in the comment section. Before starting our video, I let you know that I also have a Discord server where other members and me talk about how we can grow in life, how we can make more money, and how we can get better. So if you want to join, you can join. I will leave the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Let's start the video, but please subscribe to my channel, please, because our goal is to hit 10k subscribers as soon as possible. Let's start the video, guys.
I talked on the last emergency meeting about how the battleground and playing field is now fair. And a man, if you're a full-grown adult, should only ever ask for a fair shot. If I were to say to you, you can make $10 million if you dig a hole deeper than your competitor across the next 12 hours, you shouldn't be asking me for a special shovel. You shouldn't be asking me to cheat. You should say, is it going to be fair? If he doesn't cheat and I don't cheat, I can beat him by sheer will. Because in a fair competition, quite often it is sheer will. It's the capability and ability to endlessly try, which will be the deciding factor. All you need to do is believe in yourself, believe in your capabilities, believe in your dedication, and you will win. And the game has changed fair for the first time as gatekeepers are losing their power over not only the economy, they're losing their power over the information. And by extension, when they lose control of the money and they lose control of the information, they lose control of the politics, they lose control of the governments, and the battlefield is now a fair battlefield. You're no longer going to be crushed by monopolies because things are going to decentralize. Peer-to-peer. We're going to talk about how that affects money with crypto. We're going to talk about how that affects information with places like Twitter. And we're going to talk about why the people who sold their souls did so and why it was so important they did it. So firstly, let's get my video about soul selling that was on Twitter that I pinned. Let's get that. Because we're going to talk about that and use that at some point. So I want to start from the beginning. The machine. In fact, I'm going to get, I know it ruins the backgrounds, but I'm going to use a whiteboard and marker here because I want you guys to follow this carefully. Because this is another model like other ones I've drawn before, which you can apply to nearly any situation, and it will explain why people come to the conclusions they come to. If you're sitting there wondering, how could anybody genuinely believe Kamala was a better choice? Someone who ran on no principles, no policy, no track record, no coherent speech. Anybody who believed in Kamala is an idiot. And I'm going to explain to you why they're an idiot. Now, we all know why the celebrities did it. But you're probably asking yourself, why did the average person do it? The average person watched their life decline and degrade in real time and still wanted Kamala to win. I'll explain to you why this is. And we're also going to apply this. We're going to extrapolate it out because the point of science in the first place is for you to build a model that allows you to predict the future. That's what science is. Science is future prediction based on the past. If I drop this container of fire blood, it's going to fall to the table. How do I know that? Because every other time I've let go of something, gravity has acted. So I have a theory that allows me to predict the future based on the past. That is science. That gravity will act upon this container of fire blood and it will drop. If I cannot use the past to build a predictable model for the future, it is not science. Pattern recognition in and of itself, right? It's extremely important. So I don't know for sure. I mean, I would bet 100%. But the only way for me to know what's going to happen to this container is if I actually drop it. But based on everything that ever previously happened, it will fall. Seems the laws have not changed. So, by understanding certain models, you can extrapolate them out and apply them to other things. If I can explain to you why the average dickhead in California was voting for Kamala, even though she destroyed their life, you can then apply that to information. You can apply that to making money with cryptocurrencies. You can apply that to everything because scientific models can be extrapolated out and it allows you to use information to predict the future. That's the point of science in the first place. So we're going to talk about the Matrix. We're going to talk about, and I've talked about it a million times, but we're going to talk about how it managed to brainwash a subsect of the populace and what it means for you at home, the people who are free. So to do this, I'm going to get a pen and a paper and we're going to draw this so I don't lose track of my thoughts. Because obviously, when we have a subject which is so varied and wide and can be applied to any scenario, it can become semi-confusing. So we're going to start with a pen and a paper. We're going to start with the whiteboard. Get it here. And we have the matrix in the middle. The Matrix. Now, what is the Matrix? In the movie, the Matrix is false information which is beamed directly into your mind so that they can harvest your body for body heat until you expire. They distract your mind with garbage, with fake information so they can use your body until you die. That is in the movie. Here in the real world is exactly the same. The Matrix is a false version of events. You're living in a false reality that they try and project into your eyes to keep you distracted long enough for you to dedicate your time working jobs, paying taxes, staying crushed, having no actual rights or sovereignty, not even being happy, and convincing you that you're not supposed to be happy, that it's good to be depressed, just to keep taking your pills, keep paying your taxes, keep going to your bullshit job. The Matrix is the same in the movie and in real life. And the Matrix effectively relies on a form of censorship. If inside of the movie The Matrix, as the Matrix beamed its version of events into everyone's eyes, other versions of events were also being beamed into people's eyes concurrently, it would not work. So for it to work, it has to be the only version of reality, which is why censorship is so important to the Matrix. When the Matrix says something, it has to be the only truth. There can be no subjectivity. There can be no shades of gray. Everything must be black and white, and what they say is completely true. Putin is bad. That's what they say. You're not allowed to ask why. You're not allowed to decide on a sliding scale how bad he is. You're not allowed to understand the subtleties. You're not allowed to understand the subjectivity. No, he is 100% bad. Everything he has ever done is always bad. He has never done anything good in his life ever. He was a completely crazy person that doesn't function under any normal, rational human functions. He is an insane person and he is bad. They need you to believe this so they can then send billions and billions of your dollars to Ukraine, which they launder. $100 million goes to Ukraine. Ukraine takes some of it. They give the rest of it back to the politicians who voted to send it. It is a circle of money. And they need to ensure that you believe their bullshit for as long as possible so they can continue to launder the money. So what is the rule here? The Matrix operates in black and white. I can give you an example. I can say right here that Hitler built the Autobahns. Hitler built the highways in Germany. And the highways in Germany at the time were revolutionary. The mainstream media is now going to attack me saying I praise Hitler and that I was advocating for the mass death of millions of people because I said he built highways. This is an objective fact. He did build highways. It's an objective fact that these highways are a good thing, that they helped the economy and helped the war effort. And to this day, Germany has the most extensive Autobahn network anywhere in Europe. All of this is true. But the fact I said a bad person did one good thing is going to be attacked by the Matrix. And they will attack me because subjectivity is not allowed. You are not allowed any varying shades of gray within the Matrix operating system. It must be a mainframe in which absolute truths are perpetuated in the form of black and white. You're either good or you're bad. If you're good, you're 100% good. If you're bad, you're 100% bad. And we all know the realities of life that this isn't true. Most bad people did some good things. Most good people did some bad things. There's nobody you know in your life who's 100% good or 100% bad. In fact, there are very few actions which are 100% good and 100% bad. If I were to give you $1 million right now, that would be good. However, you might argue with members of your family who want to borrow money. There is light and dark in all things. there is always a negative connotation or a silver lining to bad things. There's always some good in the bad. There's always some good in the and some bad in the good, which is why in the yin and yang, which I'm going to draw quickly, you see some light in the dark and some dark in the light, because there's no such thing as 100% dark or light. The Matrix is at competition with this. Trump is 100% bad. It doesn't matter if he makes your groceries go down. Doesn't matter if he makes you safer. Doesn't matter if he makes you richer. Doesn't matter if he secures the border. It doesn't matter what he does. He is 100% bad, and he cannot be reasoned with. For this idea to stick, the idea of 100% bad, they cannot allow people to talk about the good things he does, which is why censorship is so important to the Matrix. It's why they are always on team censorship. It's why they always advocate for disinformation, misinformation. It's why they always try to delete people. It's why they always try to cancel people who talk the truth or who say something which is unpopular. And it is basically a popularity contest. People who are on Team Matrix are in a constant contest to see who can believe the Matrix the most. It is a competition. Remember this, because it's going to explain things later on. These two things are at competition with each other. The truth of the world, which is subjectivity, and the black and white version of the world, which is the Matrix. The Matrix needs to rely on censorship. So to do this, it needs to control information sources. You cannot censor everybody. You cannot censor every single person on Twitter because people are individuals. So instead, what you want to do is shut Twitter down and only have 4 or 5 newspapers that you control. And then you can control the outflow of information. Censorship requires, to a degree, it requires the bundling and the monopolization of information sources. That is the only way you can censor anything, which is why the Matrix believes in mainstream media. It's why the mainstream media even exists. The mainstream media exists purely to propagate the Matrix's existence. Nobody buys it. So, we have the MSM. This works hand in hand with the Matrix. The MSM is the propaganda arm of the Matrix, which is used to purport the narratives they want you to believe. If it wasn't for the MSM, how could they convince you Putin is bad? Putin has never hurt you. Russia has never hurt you. No Russian soldiers ever come to your house. No Russian man's ever shot you. They've never taken anything from you. Why do you even distrust Russian people? Why are they any less trustworthy than Romanians or French or people from the United Arab Emirates or Indonesians? Because the mainstream media and Hollywood, via James Bond, etc., have convinced you that the Russians are evil people. Hollywood and the mainstream media are effectively propaganda arms or information centers for world governments. And anybody who believes in the mainstream media's objectivity is not thinking logically, because if you understand that the Matrix has various arms to exert control, one of them being the military-industrial complex, the Matrix uses bombs and guns to kill people. Why would it allow the mainstream media to talk against the objectives it's trying to complete with its bombs? If I am the Matrix, why would I use my left arm to stop my right arm achieving what it wants to achieve? Why would I use one arm against the other? You wouldn't. You use both arms in tandem. So the Matrix also uses pure violence and force. And to convince people to accept this violence and force, they use the MSM machine, which is a propaganda arm, nothing more. So we have here violence. Remember, only the Matrix can use violence. The government can shoot people, and the government can kill people. You're not allowed. Only they are. For you to accept them using violence, they have to convince you via the MSM. So before they decide to kill people wherever they are, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Russia, you name it, they use the MSM to convince you these people deserve to die. That's why they use the MSM to purport their ideals, and then they use violence to deliver the kill blow if the MSM can't do it alone. So the mainstream media has no interest in objectivity. It has no interest in being fair ever. It has no interest in telling the truth ever. The mainstream media's objective is to make you believe what the Matrix needs you to believe. And the Matrix's primary objective is to consolidate power. If they need power to push their narratives and objectives, we just explained how they cannot control 1 million people telling the truth. they need to have a few newspapers, which they do control. If consolidation of power equals a more powerful matrix, then the matrix's primary objective in all realms is only going to be to endlessly consolidate power. Let me give you a simple example of this. What do the rich always try and do? Get richer. Because if you're the kind of person who's smart enough to get rich, you understand how important it is to become richer. Whatever it took for you to become rich is the same qualities you're going to use to become richer. So the matrix, whenever it has control, it will use its control to try and get more control. It doesn't know how to do anything else. Just like a rich person will invest their money to get more money. Rich get richer, the matrix gets more authoritarian. The goal of the matrix is to take more and more power away from the people so that it has more and more control over narratives via the approved propaganda arms so that it can use its violence openly. Now, the current and recent election was simply between people who believed in the matrix and people who were against the matrix. The people who believed in the matrix wanted Kamala, and the people who wanted the matrix to be dismantled wanted Trump. So you may ask yourself, why does the common person believe anything the matrix says when their own eyes and their own personal experience will tell them they've been lied to? They've been lied to about COVID. It didn't wake them up. They were lied to about the vaccine. It didn't wake them up. They were lied to about the Gulf Wars. It didn't wake them up. They were lied to about going to college and how it would make them financially successful. It didn't wake them up. They were lied to that mass immigration would allow their country to stay safe. It didn't wake them up. Nothing seems to wake them up. Why? Why do they adhere to the ideals of the matrix, which are pushed into their brains by the mainstream media to the point where they will self-destruct? It is a form of cowardice. People who are believing in the matrix. Down here, you have two types of people. You have believers and non-believers. Believers look up at the system and they are afraid. They're afraid of the repercussions of understanding that they are being lied to. So instead of engaging their brain, they will use their mind to rationalize and do mental aikido and backflips any way it takes to come up with a good reason why they were lied to that time and why they're not being lied to this time. They want to believe what they are told because if they accept that they are being lied to, they are being implored to act. If you understand that the educational system, which is part of the matrix. And remember, one arm doesn't work against the other. The educational system tells you to believe the news. The judicial system, the courts, the jail, the judges is part of the matrix. And remember, they're affected by what the MSM says. So if they want to put you in a false court case like me, they slander you in the news first. They convince everyone you're a bad person before they send you to the judge. This is very important. If you're a normal person and you have no balls, you look up at the matrix and say, if the news is a lie, if everything I'm taught in school is a lie, if all the judges who I'm supposed to rely on are a lie, if COVID and doctors, the medical system is a lie, and they're the only people who can use violence, I'm afraid. So I feel happier. I feel more comfortable if I believe in these lies. And that is why these people are usually highly emotional, people who believe in the matrix, because they value their feelings above objective truth. A true man is happy to accept an uncomfortable reality. A loser always takes the chance to feel good. So if you're a real man and you catch your woman at a man's house, you're going to sit and say, you cheated on me. And she'll lie. She'll say, no, a puppy was running and I was chasing the puppy and the puppy went in his house and I went to stroke the puppy. Now, if you're an idiot or a pussy, you know she's lying, but to accept she's cheating on you would hurt your feelings. So you'll say, do you promise? And you'll believe her because believing her is more comfortable than accepting the unhealthy truth, the unhappy truth that she is cheating on you. So there are two types of people. People who want to feel good at the cost of objective reality and people who want objective reality at the cost of feeling good. These people are afraid to resist. They're highly emotional. And you can also add in the fact that they are nearly always physically weak. They're always physically weak, these people, because when you have physical strength, although you cannot fight against the government, you have a different mentality you walk through the world with. When you're physically strong, you're prepared to say something other people don't like because you're ready to fight and defend your opinion. That's why these people are emotional weak. And that's also why, and not all, but some, the majority of females fall into this category because women can't fight. So women are not prepared to talk bad against the mainstream media, the judges, the educational system, the medical system, the violence. They're not prepared to go to jail. They're not prepared to get arrested. They're not prepared to be insulted online. They're not prepared to be canceled because they want their Instagram likes. They're not prepared to be slandered. Women are not prepared to go through all of that mess just to be right. They'd rather be wrong and have their Instagram page and their Instagram likes and not go to jail. So women always agree with the Matrix. That's why the Matrix allows women and pushes women voting. That's why it pushes women going to school all the time. We need more girls in university because it wants to send women to the education camps because they know they will believe it. And if you go into any university today, it's primarily women who are pushing this DEI, bullshit, open borders, garbage, abortion's the most important thing in the world, Trump's a racist. It is women because women fall for it because women cannot fight. The only women who resist these things are women with a strong boyfriend or strong husband, and they obey him instead because they fear their husband more than they fear the Matrix. They look at their husband and say, he'll protect me from the Matrix. He'll protect me from all of this, so I believe him. Women align with whichever team will protect them. They're self-interested and they only care about themselves. They only care about making sure they're okay. They don't care about society. They don't care about truth. They don't care about their religion. They don't care about their gender. They don't care about anything. They don't care about their color, their race, nothing. As long as they get handbags, they don't give a shit. This is extremely important to remember. So females, weak people, and emotional people agree with the Matrix and the machine. And in return, you also have a transactional agreement with these people who have any semblance of influence. Because if you're one of these people, if you're a weak person, if you're a female, or if you're a highly emotional person, you're giving the machine what it wants because you're afraid of it. But the machine will also pick some of them from the crowd and give them fame. This is extremely important when you look at things like celebrities. Why do the celebrities support the Matrix? Well, were they at Diddy parties? Yes. Are they all pedophiles? Yes. Are they Satanists? Yes. But also, there are a certain number of celebrities which lack individual merit, which wouldn't be famous without the machine. And for that reason, they need the machine because the machine makes them famous. If the Matrix chooses any singer, Lady fucking Gaga, and puts her in the schools, puts her on the news all the time.
Sorry for interrupting between the video, but if you don't want to listen to my commentary and my perspective on this video, you can skip and watch the remaining annotated emergency meeting. I will also show a timer there so you can skip according to your test. Anyway, in this video, we are going to talk about a lot of amazing things, and let's start the conversation, guys. So first, I'm going to talk about a fair shot. All you need is fair shot. This is all you need, a fair opportunity, a fair shot in order to win. This is all you need, a fair opportunity, and you don't have to miss any opportunity you got. So if you got any opportunity, take action. Taking action on any opportunity is a win-win situation. Never be afraid of trying. Never be afraid of taking action. If you got an opportunity, just try. No matter it's win, no matter it's loss, just try. This is all you can do. You can just try. Win or lose. We are not here to decide either we are going to win or not. We are not here to decide either it's going to work out or not. We got a fair opportunity. We got a fair shot. Let's try it. Let's try it, man. Let's try it. Win or lose, we don't matter. Let's try it. And do whatever with speed. Speed wins. Speed wins. Do whatever you want to do, but do it with speed. I always talk about these things that a fair shot. I always talk about these things that taking action, taking as much risk as you can, and speed, because speed wins. If you got 2 opportunities or maybe 3 opportunities and you try these opportunities with speed, what's the first thing you're gonna do? You can save time, and time is money. Speed always wins. You just need a fair shot. You just need a fair opportunity in order to win. If it's gonna Either if it's not gonna work out or it's either gonna work out, it's not our job. It's not our job to decide either we are going to win, either we are going to lose. Then what's our job? What we can do? The best thing we can do is to try our best. This is the best thing we can do. If we got an opportunity, any opportunity, just take action, try your best, win or lose, no matter. All we need, fair shot, a fair opportunity, take action. And all you have to do is to believe in yourself in order to win. You have to have you have to believe in yourself. An insane level of belief that I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. When I told some people that you are best, you can do it, and they said, "Oh no, we can't do it." What, man? Believe in yourself. Like, I'm believing in you. I believe in yourself. Then why are you not believe in yourself? When I told my friend that you are best, man, just try this, you can win, actually, because I saw a lot of potential in you. Saw a lot of potential in you. You can win. And they said that, oh no, it's difficult, I'm not that good. I was Every time when I spot somebody, or I said to somebody that you are best, you can do it, I believe in you, you are the best, man. And they said, oh no, I'm not a best, I am not a best. I was like, what the hell? I believe in you, bro. Then why are you not believing in yourself? And that's where the game changes. Believe in yourself. I always believe in myself. I have been working for almost 4 years, and I never gave up because I believe in myself that no matter it take 5 more years, no matter it take 10 more years, but at the end of the day, I'm going to win. Last year, at this time in July, exact time, I was so depressed because of my career. I was so depressed because of my career, but there is an insane level of belief that I have in myself that I am going to win no matter what. I don't know how. I don't have any sport. My family is not support me at any work. My friends, no. No one is here to support me. I know that. I know this thing that all I have, I know this thing that I have to do it alone. No one is with me. I'm alone. I have to decide either I'm going to win, either I'm not going to win by just trying and taking action. I take action, I take risk, and I believe in myself for 4 years, and now I start living, I start winning in my life. I have my discourse everywhere. I talk to my people, I talk to my audience, I talk to my friends how we can make more money. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make it. When I started a commentary in YouTube, many and many guys telling me that I believe in you. You are going to make money. You are going to get famous. You are going to get more and more subscribers. And at that time, a month before, I was like, oh man, maybe YouTube doesn't work because I don't know if it's going to work or not. I was that kind of person, and people in the comment section are saying that you are a winner. I believe in you. That's what strangers said to me. That you are going to win. You are going to get more famous. You are going to get more and more subscriber. And I start thinking that, man, these people believe in myself. Then why not? I believe in myself. Why not? And this is reality, man. This is pure reality. If you don't believe in yourself that you are going to win, you are not going to win. Seriously, I have an insane level of belief in myself. No funds, no sport, no financial support, nothing. But still, there is an insane level of belief, and you have to do the same thing. I don't know if you have any sport or not. I don't know, whatever you're doing. Just keep going. Maybe it takes 2 more years, maybe it takes 3 more years, maybe it takes 8 more years. But if you never give up, at the end of the day, you are going to win. That's what I know. That's what I know. That you are going to win at the end of the day if you never give up. And God doesn't have quitter. Nobody Nobody can help a quitter. Nobody. Enjoy your video.
Puts her in movies, talks about her all the time. She becomes famous. Is she famous because she's talented? Not really. Is she famous because she's interesting or unique? Not really. She's famous because the Matrix made her famous. She is famous from the machine, so she will always support the machine. The machine fed her. It's transactional. It goes back and forth. People who can be famous on actual merit, people who can be famous because they're particularly interesting or particularly funny or particularly unique, like myself, who have never had any Matrix help. In fact, the Matrix deleted me from only insulted me in mainstream media, deleted me from social media, told all the schools not to talk about me, banned me, threw me in jail with armed guards, put me in front of a judge to lock me in jail. I was attacked by the machine, and I am still famous despite the machine attacking me with all of its powers, because I'm a genuinely unique person. People who are genuinely unique are non-believers because the Matrix attacks us. It doesn't give us anything. It takes from us. And we believe in individual liberty and sovereignty. That's the other team. And if you actually look, it's very interesting. If you look at any of the people who used to work for the machine and had any semblance of talent or unique skills, knowledge, they ended up changing teams. Tulsi is an example. Tulsi Gabbard. RFK Jr., another example. These are people who were part of the machine, but when they started to talk in a way that didn't go exactly with what the machine wanted them to believe, the machine attacked them. So they changed teams over here. And this other team basically believes in abolishing the Matrix. We believe in a peer-to-peer system of information. So while the Matrix wants control over all information, it wants to have a very few outlets it can control the narrative for to get you all scared of COVID, believing Putin is bad, believing your government's good, believing open borders and migration are good, believing in climate change, the sun's gonna kill us, everyone be afraid. They want to control information. People over here on the other side, the other team, we want to do the opposite. We want there to be as many sources of information as possible because we believe in our own unique powers to counteract those ideas. So if I have an idea, I'm prepared to debate it and argue it and discuss it with anybody. And I'm not afraid. So I don't need censorship. I'll put my idea out there and I want everyone else to hear their ideas and we'll discuss it. We'll debate it. I have no problem with that. The liberals on this team, they don't want that. They want all opposing ideas shut down. The Matrix wants it shut down. And the main reason they want it shut down is because, remember, the purpose of the Matrix is to get as much power as possible, meaning it has no interest in the truth, meaning it is lying to you. It is lying to you every step of the way. Everything it says is a lie because the only reason it's talking in the first place is to lie. Its primary objective is to gain power at your expense, and it cannot do that with the truth. It is lying. It is lying that your grandma will die if you don't wear a mask. It is lying that you have to put the mask on when you go for a piss. It is lying. All it's ever done is lie because all it cares about is getting more and more power. Here at the bottom, us people, we're prepared to take flack for the truth. So we're interested in the truth. We are prepared to be corrected. We are prepared to hear different ideas. These people don't want to hear different ideas. They either work for the Matrix because the Matrix made them famous, or they fear the Matrix at a level where they will not talk against it no matter what it does. Ask yourself, if you're a Democrat, you just went through inflation, open borders, drug epidemic, homeless epidemic, World War III, wars all across the planet, kids getting blown to pieces, Ukraine and Russia nearly going to nuclear war, and they still want Democrat. There is nothing the Matrix can do to these people that would stop them voting for the Matrix because they are afraid. The Matrix could say you need to walk around with a dildo in your butt 24/7, and they would say okay. You can't talk to them. You can't convince them. They are too scared to fucking think because they're women, they're weak, or they're emotional. These things you must fear. It's very important as a full-grown man that, and I state this, not to be a misogynist, the women in your life care about you, but don't listen to their advice because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know anything. They only act on how they feel, and how you feel changes. Don't listen to women. Listen to the men who are on the same mission as you. If you listen to women, you end up destroyed. What do women say? Just be a nice guy, be yourself. You're going to get fucking wrecked in this world. We all know it. Don't listen to emotional people. There's a reason men don't trust other men who are always crying. You can't trust emotional men. They're weaklings. And you can't trust men who don't go to the gym. Stay away from them because the second they are scared by something, they will turn on you. You can have a best friend who doesn't go to the gym and he's your best friend and you go clubbing and everything's great until the police arrest him and tell him he's going to jail. He will rat, he will turn, he will send your ass to the fucking gulag because he is scared. If Top G's your best friend and the police threaten me, I'm not afraid of jail. So I ain't going to fucking rat on my friends because I care about the truth more than I care about feeling good outside of a jail cell. This is extremely important. This mental shift is important. So the Matrix is trying to consolidate power and control information sources. The people who agree with the Matrix and purported by and propagated by the Matrix are trying to do the same thing. All of these people, all of the celebrities who support Kamala, all of the Democrats, all of the liberals, every man you know without big arms, most females, and any emotional man are begging for there to be more control from the Matrix, more control from government, more control from the police, more control over the internet, more control over speech, more control where you drive, more control who you fuck, more control what you eat. They want more control. They are working for the enemy and they want you to be a slave. They want you locked in your house, afraid of climate change, unafraid to go. You're not allowed to go out in your car. You're only allowed to have sex once a month with a man. That's what they want. These people want objective truth. We are the truth seekers and we suffer for that. I have suffered immensely because I have sought the truth and I'm prepared to only tell the truth no matter what it takes. This is extremely important. Before we continue and go down that path, I'm going to explain to you quickly, for anyone who hasn't seen this video, how the soul-selling process works. Because when you reach fame like I did, they try and get you on Team Matrix. I was after $50 million. And when my court case is over, I'm going to tell everyone what company tried to pay me. $50 million if I didn't talk about politics. I supported Democrats. I was not anti-Gaza. I was not anti-Israel's destruction of Gaza, and I was not anti-LGBT. They tried to pay me, and I said no. They try and get you on the Matrix's team so they could walk me out there. Guys, if I would have said yes to that $50 million contract, I would have no court case, no Romania travel ban, and I would have been on stage with Kamala Harris saying, vote for me.
So we are back, and this is the end of the video. I'm going to talk about what's the best thing you can do, what's the best thing and what's the smartest thing you can do. So let's start the conversation. But before starting our conversation, subscribe that button because a lot of content is coming and I upload with consistency and dedication. So subscribe that button and click the bell icon. Let's start the conversation. So if we think into this, what's the smartest thing we can do? What's the best thing we can do? Is to get rich. This is the smartest thing we can do. Get rich. And you know what happens if you get rich? You get whatever the hell you want. The girl you love, maybe start loving you back. The car you want, maybe you have it. Maybe your parents are more proud of you. Maybe society start respecting you. Maybe your words mean something in the society. Maybe other men are respecting you. Anything. This is the truth, man. This is the truth. Get rich. and get whatever the hell you want. You can actually buy a yacht with money. You can buy a car with money. You can make your people happy with money by gifting them, by giving them surprise gift. You can make them their life easier with money. The people you love, just make them life easier, and they start loving you more. Maybe society doesn't respect you. Maybe society doesn't respect your words, what you say. Oh, he's a loser. Maybe you say something in the society and they said, oh, that's a loser. No, we don't want to listen to him. He's a loser. Shh, loser. Get rich. And the society starts respecting you. Society starts respecting your words, what you say. Means something in the society when once you are rich. We got our answer. Man, we got our answer. How can we get rich? What's the smartest thing we can do is to get rich. And how can we get rich? Have you ever think about it? How can you get rich? We're gonna talk about this. How can we get rich? Just join my Discord and talk to other people who are doing things. Someone is doing clipping, someone is doing dropshipping, someone is doing trading, someone is doing this and that and this and that. So you can actually make money by talking to the people about money. I will leave the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Join my Discord and talk to other people how we can make more money. I know I'm not much active in my Discord server, but I'm going to be in my Discord server for 24/7. Like I'm going to more and more active in my Discord server, and we are going to talk about things. We are going to talk about how we can make more money. And talking about money, thinking about money, and talking with other people how you can make money actually help you because you got different ideas if you talk about money. You got different ideas how you can make more money. And let's talk about how we can, like that's the first thing you can do to get rich. Join my Discord, talk to other people about money, how they make money and how you can make money. Now talk the second thing. Everyone knows they can make money. Just open your chat GPT and type how can I make money. Search a YouTube, go to the YouTube and search how we can make money. There are plenty of options. Someone is saying drop shipping, someone is saying clipping, someone is saying trading, someone is saying this and that and this and that, someone is saying copywriting, business marketing, agency, this and that. We all know. We all know how we can make money. You just have to take action and be consistent. In order to make money, be consistent. Like in order to make money, there are three main important things. Take action, take as much risk as you can. Wins with speed wins every the time because the sorry for this, it doesn't matter what are you doing, just do it with speed because speed wins every time. Have you ever imagined what gonna happen if you really get rich? Because you have to get rich once in a life. You have 70 to 80 years of life, 50 to 60 years of life, and you just have to lock in for 2 years in order to get rich. Then you can build a cash flow. And people really don't want to sacrifice 2 years. They really don't want to sacrifice 2 years. And people who are ready to going to sacrifice, are ready to sacrifice 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, are winners. I'm not saying you can win in 6 months. I'm not saying you can win in 2 years. I'm not saying you can win in 5 years, but If you stay consistent, if you try your best, you are going to win at the end of the day. And making money is actually so difficult right now. Making money is so many difficult because there are a lot of competition, man. There are a lot of competition. I'm not saying making money and getting rich is easy, but it's the only thing, it's the only choice we have in order to get what we want. You should bang your head against the wall until the wall breaks. You should work as much hard as you can until you get rich. You should work with consistency. You should try again and again and again and again and again until you win, until you get rich, because this is the only thing we can do. This is the only choice we have in order to get what we want. I realized this thing in an early age because I was a topper of my school, my class, and I start studying that hard because I realized that this is not my goal. This is not. This is this is not the way I'm going to get rich. And if I think about it, what you want, bro? Close your eyes. Close your eyes and think about it. What do you want? I'm not here to talk about what we learned. Oh, of course we are talking what we learned, but mostly it's a conversation between you and me. And close your eyes and think about it. What you want? Do you want a nice house? Do you want your parents to be proud of you? Do you want your brother and uh, your friends to be proud of you? Do you want to spend more time with your friends, best friends, and your brother? Do you really want? Do you really want to make their life easier? Do you really want to make your loved ones' life easier? Do you want a yacht? Do you want luxury cars? Do you want sport cars? Do you want big houses? Do you want all these things? Do you want the girl who breaks your heart, loves you back? Honest to me. Be honest to me. Do you want it or not? How can you get those things? Do you really want that the society, that the other men's respect you? Do you want other men's to respect you? Do you want um, to to become an important person in the society? Do you actually want? I want the same thing as you want. I want the same things as you want. We all know the answer. We all got the answer. The answer is get rich. Get rich. Get in shape. Be funny. Be handsome. Be muscular. Be lean. Be interested. We all got the answer. And what we have to do now, what's the best thing we can do? We solve one problem. We solve actually two problems. First problem is how can we get what we want by getting rich? Second problem is how can we get rich? We already solved that problem. And now we are going to talk about I think I forget this much conversation is uh, enough. This much conversation is enough. So bye bye guys, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and join my Discord. I'm honest because to be honest, I'm not that active in my Discord server, in my own Discord server, but I will make sure to be more active, more and more active in my Discord server and talk to my subscriber, my people, my loved ones, my friends, my brothers. So, bye bye, guys, and God bless you. I believe in you. You have to believe in yourself too.